Hey, welcome to episode 1. Today we're going to be talking about 5 tips and tricks that you can use today to start capturing better action shots. Tip number 1 is going to be to shoot in manual mode or shutter priority mode. The key is to control your shutter because your shutter is what's going to control the amount of blur and it's going to control your action in your shot. This example, I have a B52. I shot it at 1/250th of a second, and it just depends how fast your action's moving as to how fast your shutter speed's going to have to be. Tip number 2 is going to be to fill your frame. Either crop in tight with a zoom lens, or you can use depth of field. This example here, I have a B52. You get rid of all the distractions in the background because the more distractions you have, here's another tip of these guys walking across a field, the more distractions you have in your background, that's going to distract from your motion, from your action. That's going to distract from your shot. It's going to be not as good of a shot. So either crop in tight or use a shallow depth of field, 2.8, 3.54, to really emphasize that subject and that action. Tip number 3 is going to be to pan with your action. It's just like shooting a gun. If you keep your lens still while the action passes you, it's going fast, there's a better chance that you're going to miss the shot. So if you use your hips and you pan your lens with the action and keep your lens on whatever's going on, there's going to be a better chance that you're going to capture exactly what you want to. And just hold down that shutter and continuous high shutter, and you're probably going to have a better chance of capturing that shot. Again, your shutter speed is going to depend on your light conditions. Here's an example of shooting at night. I had to have a really low shutter speed, so I had to pan with this jet so that I could capture it even with night vision on. Super slow shutter, so I had to pan to be able to get this one shot. Tip number 4, it's a myth that you have to use high shutter speeds to capture action. Not necessarily true. In this shot, low shutter speeds, and I'm using low shutter speeds to capture these light trails. It's like a 30-second long exposure. I didn't need 2/50th of a second. 30 seconds long. You're capturing these long light streaks. It's just a different way to capture action. Also, use that technique in conjunction with panning, and you're going to use that streaky background, and it's going to just emphasize the speed of your subject. Tip number 5, rear curtain sync. Some people call it rear shutter sync. It basically means your flash is going to pop off just before your shutter closes. So your camera is going to capture that blur and that motion, and then it's going to pop that flash off before the shutter closes, and it's going to freeze that motion in that frame. So you're going to get these streaks. Here's an example I did. Example I took of my dog. I popped the flash off as she was running towards me, and you can see on the top of the head that motion blur, that cartoon-like motion blur, and that frozen action. So you're getting the best of two things. You're getting that frozen action, and you're getting that motion blur. So it really creates a really cool effect. I'm going to do more videos on flash soon, so stay tuned with that. Alright, so those are 5 tips and tricks that you can start using right now. Start taking better action shots, start emphasizing that motion, and capturing that subject's movement. Thanks for joining me. That was episode 1, and stay tuned for more. Get out and go shoot.